Hello, my fellow YouTubers. This is Roy back again. And my boy Vinny with his dinosaur bones. Let's show you what I did today. I made a conical cone. It's made out of paper, wrapped in Gorilla Tape, shellacked. I wound up using this thin cardboard, which is a little too flimsy to put wire on, so I made it rigid. All right, let's go over this. So, we are turning part alchemist, part Walter Russell, very much so Tesla, and also James Clerk Maxwell, the ether guy. And we are going to put a collaboration together of, started off from this. So this conical cone is wrapped in 22 gauge wire. And this is going to have my dielectric, which is going to be a bifilar primary, which will sit right in the middle, and it'll sit down about that much into the cone when it sits, okay? So we'll have the primary as a bifilar, and then this other cone I'm going to wind is going to come in and sit down in there, okay? So basically you're going to have this coil into this coil about that far, and then you're going to have this coil into this coil by this much. So when I go to wind this coil, it's going to be a little tricky because I'll start the winding from the back, from the wide side, and then we'll go down. This is wound counterclockwise. The other coil is going to be wound clockwise. So the idea here is with the dielectric in the middle and the cone penetrating down into the center of this cone, and this cone obviously is already penetrating. Let me see so you guys can see that. So you can see that. Put that right here. That'll make it easier. So you can see that that cone is penetrating into this coil and vice versa. So you're going to have the energy being smashed in between, just like Ed says, that it corkscrews through each other, okay? So it'll be corkscrewing through going this way, it'll be corkscrewing going through that way. We'll have the dielectric, which is a 1/4 inch thick Lexan, as a primary. That will be, the primary will be hit, and it'll be an AC, so it'll be like a agitation in a washing machine. So it'll be flipping back and forth, sort of like pull one side and loosen the other and agitating like this. So it's going to be sending the energy down this way and that way and vice versa. And these coils are wound so they're both opposite. So what you're going to have in the center of this, you're going to have a unique situation, and this is my alchemy part of me, that is going to play in that area. I'm just going to say that and leave it as that for right now. We don't need to go any further exactly what's going to be going on here. We will soon find out. We'll have the dielectric, which will be storing the energy. It'll be blasting out in between the agitation of the AC. I am going to start off with my NST, 15,000 volts, 60 milliamps will be going in there. And we'll also start off with some beer bottle capacitance. So we'll start off with probably a good 8 nanofarads. Now, you're asking me, what the heck, Roy? Why? What? Where? The whole thing? Well, it gets better because this wheel shows me a way that the energy will be flowing. And just let's fire this real quick. So basically, the energy starts moving. So what do we have here? Well, we have a magnetic field on the outside that is coming out, going around, coming back into itself. So you got a field going this way, all the way around. And now you got it in motion. We just had something happen. Houston. I don't know what that was. We just had a light blow up or something. Anyway, I'll turn this off for now. We'll just have the bottom one turning. So this shows me here that there is going to be field lines coming down and interrupting the flow of the bottom part, which is doing the same thing, but it's moving faster. So the upper field has to catch up to that bottom field. So then it starts going on an angle. And you start creating this sort of pyramid inside, from the outside down in to like the cavity into the center here. Because I have those magnets placed so the field gets caught up there. It doesn't go down to the bottom. It goes to the center. So it makes what exactly I have here. And here I can see the energy because it's the way it shows itself to me. But here I can control and make it just like this electronically. And here I can control the swath of this pyramid. So you see how here we have it set up to where it's a certain diameter. On here I believe I have about 800 turns of 22 gauge wire. We'll find out what the frequency of that is, and we'll go through. That thing is spinning fast. Let me turn that on. Yeah, I think I blew something on that top one. The frequency, find out what the frequency is, but we'll be creating an area in the middle, sort of like the ground below and the air above the ground and up is coming down to a point just like this. Because what they say is the magnetic rays, when they come down to the earth, they come straight down, but they all funnel down tight. They kind of do this, exactly what you're seeing. And then from the ground surface, which is the dielectric plate I'll put there, is where they swath out. Now I can, with electronically like this, in a Tesla setup, I can control the width. I can make the width go tighter and then wider. Wider than here. I could make it go all the way out and then it comes down to a point here. Go out wider. And in this range of spreading out the width of this, it falls into a chart that Walter Russell has in one of his books that I have. And in that chart, it shows the color spectrum as well as other stuff. And whoever's into Walter Russell out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I do want to give a shout out to my boy Angel, my boy Bill from Renew It, my boy Scott from Made by One Man, my boy AAA Clay, my boy Terry, my boy Tesla Explorer. It's Terry Woodruff. And these are great guys that are out there that's putting out great videos and inspiring me to do different things. We're going to get into this a lot. Over the weekend coming up, I'll get into wrapping this coil. And we'll get this thing set up. I'll take it for a test run. Peace out, my brohams. Peace out.